Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Diane and my passion is painting and creating nature-inspired watercolours in my studio, which are easy for you to do too. I share all my paintings with you on YouTube, and on our website dianeantone.com you can find free downloadable sketches for all the videos to help you make the most of your painting journey. And if you'd like a little bit more, we also have channel memberships with loads of perks for you to enjoy. So welcome on board. Click subscribe and turn on notifications, and let's learn to paint watercolour. Hi everyone and welcome to Whimsical Wednesday. Today I'm going to paint a couple of squirrels, little red squirrels, and I've drawn out the sketch here on some tracing paper. The reason I did that was because first of all I drew one, just trying it out. This one was taken from an old stamp, and I altered it a bit, added the mushrooms and the oak leaves and the birds and the everything, so I changed it, but that's what inspired me to go for a squirrel. And then I had a look around and I found another squirrel in my big old book of the English countryside. So I sketched those, and then I thought, you know what, I could put those together. So I traced them, which I think is a good idea that you could follow. And I put them together, put the mushroom between them, and now I'm going to paint them on a page of my VIVIVA sketchbook here. And obviously what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the oak leaves and the birds there. And then, having traced those, I'm going to move that up a little bit so the whole thing can fit on, and I think that'll be okay. And while I was working on that, my darling daughter was out in the garden clearing up after the sheep and doing all sorts, and she came back with these wonderful mushrooms, which are just absolutely adorable, and this ivy as well, and these hazelnuts. So these are beautiful, beautiful things, and will make absolutely wonderful subject reference matter for this painting. It's very easy to forget that we have to go to the original as often as we can, and although it's fine to use other people's work for inspiration, if we can go to the original, it is better for our hearts and souls. Here we have some tiny little wild apples. We've got a tree on the border of our property here which is absolutely loaded with those every year. And here are two field mushrooms which we could probably eat but won't, because that would be like asking me to eat a garden snail. I just don't think I could cope with that. So anyway, but they are really nice to look at, and they smell good too. There's another apple. And so I'll just put my little box over there. And so yes, today I'm going to be using mostly these 6 colours here. Some of my favourite colours: quinacridone gold, potter's pink, burnt sienna, cobalt blue, olive green and turquoise blue. I think that'll probably be enough colours. And I've got various brushes here. I've got my ZEN ART Black Tulip, Cat's Tongue and the Rigger, which are both very useful. I'm not sure whether they'll be right for this painting. I've got my Kuretake water brush, which I use a lot. And here I've got 2 rounds. I've got my DRAWELL round number 7 and my ZEN ART number 8, both of which we may or may not use. And I've got my lovely German pencil. I've got my regular Rexel Cumberland pencil there too. This is a nice antique. Thank you, Sylvia, for that. It's really nice to have, to hold and to handle. And also this as well, which came from the same place, which is marvellous. It's an old knife. I can use that for sharpening things, or could use it to chop up my mushrooms, couldn't I? Anyway, so let me get this traced out or drawn out, whatever I decide I'm going to do, and I'll be back to paint it with you in just a few minutes. So I've got my little squirrels drawn out now, and I'm going to first of all put in their eyes. So just draw a sort of circle and leave a bit of white for the white of the eye. That can be adjusted later, but I do find that it does help to have the eye, and I think also probably the little nose. Something like that, first of all, before we start. Does seem to help a bit. And so, let me see, I think we'll start with an underlayer of quinacridone gold mixed with Potter's pink, I think. And I've given him a little jacket. The white tummy, the squirrel has a white tummy. The whole of his inside there is quite pale, so we'll have to do that with some blue to give him some substance, and I think I'll give him a little blue jacket as well. Well, it's a little waistcoat. So we'll just pop that in. And on this side as well. And then his arm is going to be obviously brown, so we'll do that in quinacridone gold as the undercoat first. Then we've got, I'm going to swap to my water brush, which I like a lot. You don't need an awful lot of colour when you're doing these little quirky animals, I don't think. And these little toenails. Do a kind of pink tone to the inside of the ears. And then we'll make his tail. Just soften the edges a little bit so it's kind of floofy, and then we will come in with some pen to sharpen up the details. So. Okay, that's squirrel number 1, and then so here we go with squirrel number 2. Same kind of thing. We just put quinacridone gold and a bit of pink, Potter's pink, the undercoat. He'll need his eyes sharpening up a little bit. Let's give him a turquoise jacket. I think we'll paint his sleeves as well on this one. So it's got an actual jacket. I think this is the kind of thing that children like. to do. So if you want the download of the sketch, I think we're going to be doing a colouring book of the Whimsical Wednesday. Pink hands. And we're going to make his eyes bigger. Perhaps not quite that big. And we have an apple, or something like that. Should make it a golden apple. Or a big nut. Okay, oh, I mustn't forget his tail. And then I'm going to do the little birds in turquoise and blue and green. And then we want some nice grass. So that's olive green, a little bit of cobalt blue, a little bit of quinacridone gold. And then when this is dry, I think we want a smaller than that. Come back in with a 0.05. First of all, I need to let it dry. So I've got some basic colours in there, and so this Beatrix Potter inspired little whimsical painting. Now I'm going to embellish with some pen. And I'm not too worried about it being too realistic. Just have a bit of fun. We were eating hazelnuts for breakfast this morning that we'd gathered from the tree that's in our garden. It just deposited a bunch of hazelnuts, which is really nice. So I spent a happy half hour yesterday cracking the nuts, taking out the insides. And this morning I put them in the oven to roast a bit. I rubbed off the, what do you call it, the husk. And then chopped them up and toasted them a little bit longer. And then eventually, after all of that, we were finally able to eat them with our cornflakes. the Inktober is drawing close, so I'll be doing some inky things. Over the next month. Not only inky things though, I won't give up on the watercolour, of course. Did I do that one? No, I didn't, did I? Do that one. They look like little Twitter birds, don't they, a little bit? He has got some whiskers. You really want a 0.05 pen for something as small as this. Forgot to colour him in, didn't I? I forgot to come back, give him his red coat. This one's got an acorn. This mushroom, I like this, don't you? This kind of blotchy sort of pattern on it. I don't think we can exactly reproduce that, but we could put some dots. A bit of shadow underneath them, and maybe we might want to put, oops, we'll put that down now, a little bit more colour in their tails. Indications of fur. And I was going to put oak leaves up there, but I think I might just sketch in a little branch with some nice heart-shaped ivy leaves. And this Okay, and let's put a little bit more red on the tips of his ears. Perhaps a tiny bit more red in the tail, being as he is a red squirrel. And we'll just paint these ivy leaves very lightly in that nice olive green. And the berries are a paler shade of green. I think to indicate that I'm going to have to do them in a bluish manner. Oops, I spilt some water. I wonder if I can get that to come off with a bit of paper towel. Right then, so I think that's pretty much it. Just lighten up the nose there a bit. You can make up your own story as to what's going on here. You could add all sorts of other things to it too if you wanted to, but I think that's going to do for now as far as I'm concerned. I think we can call that the final painting. And thanks very much for watching me do my Whimsical Wednesday wandering through the world of Beatrix Potter and so on. I did not copy that from Beatrix Potter, and that is from my memory plus a little bit of reference material. Here is the book from which it came. There's the squirrel and there's the red squirrel. And that's from this book here, which is called the AA Book of the Countryside. I think it's the British. Book of the British Countryside, yes. AA, Automobile Association, 1973. I wasn't even married when that came out. Yes, so there we are. I hope you enjoyed that. Please do give us a like and subscribe if you did, and consider joining the channel. If you would like to support us, also go to our website where you can download the sketches for free for all of these paintings that we've done for the last year or so. And so yeah, I'll see you there. There are other things there for you to take a look at too, but I'm sure you know all about them by now. So I'll let you go, and I'll see you again soon back here day after tomorrow. Bye everyone, bye bye.